X1 Essential.
That's the thing about music these days, man. It's been like, it's weird because we want all these musicians to prosper and we want to hear it because it, brightens up the day a little bit. But it's like weird that the sacrifices you have to make as a musician coming from a certain lifestyle. And if you can't hang with that, then you're pretty much going back to where you came from.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I want this, but a lot of people want to see them doing the street shit too.
Yeah.
Like the getting in trouble part is what I'm sure excites a lot of people. Me,
A lot of younger
people
people.
prosper and be healthy, happy, successful in those ways. But I know a lot of people like. That's why people love 6ix9ine so much, because he was always in trouble, regardless of like what kind of trouble it was in.
Yeah.
Even like him being locked up right now, people still love 6ix9ine. Not everybody.
Yeah,
Definitely
man.
not,
I
not
like-
the real street people.
I like him. I know he snitched, but I mean, what else was he gonna do? I mean, when he had that many people extorting him and doing all that shit.
So
I mean, he was pretty much at this point. He was a young kid being manipulated by like these gangbangers, but he was using them to make money and make a face. But then also like he got in trouble, and at the end of it, they ended up trying to fuck him over, and he had the last laugh. He's probably gonna get out. I mean, it's sad to say, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, snitches aren't good, but I mean, they were trying to kill him, kill his fucking, they're coming after him. And when he's going to get out, he's going to have like fucking so much security.
I hope that kind of goes away for him in the sense that everybody knew what they were getting into. And if I can't really talk about gang members like that, but man, like how did you not see that coming? That he was going to snitch on you guys? You know what I mean? Somebody who's never been with the gang and just out of nowhere just got to be in the gang because of money. How do you not expect them to snitch? And when there's a lot of money in the line and then his family's on the line, like, how do you not expect that man to snitch?
I mean, damn, like, as soon as it happened, I'm pretty sure all I saw was, like, he's gonna snitch. He's gonna snitch. Like, no one even doubted it,
He was, his ego was up. His whole mentality was, I'm a gang member. But in reality, he was just trying to make a lot of money. And he didn't care how.
Test my gangster.
Yeah, man. He was like the king of Instagram. And he was doing really good on music.
He was. I'm not going to lie. That, what was it, 11 for 11, 10 for 10?
He would have been,
Something like that.
he would have been fucking 20 for 20 by now. But, it is what it is.
Shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
All I could say is, if you're going to be a musician and you're about that life, just kind of know how to maneuver better.
You can't be about that life.
Everybody,
it doesn't end well for anybody who's in
Yeah.
the streets and in the music industry. Like, you gotta either go full music or go full street. But going full street is never gonna end well.
Look at
anyway,
Kodak.
so
He's in jail.
All I'm saying, man, is maneuver right.
He couldn't get out of the streets. NBA just got off of probation, and they told him, it's like, watch out, the people around you.
Yeah.
They're not looking out for you.
Yeah.
And it might just not be the people around him. You might just, that's just him.
But even so, I mean, that's everywhere around the world. It's kind of weird. Even in the music industry, if you're not even about that life, just like, let's say we're not even talking about the streets, we're talking about the industry. People in the industry will also, kind of flip on you like that too. Like one moment they'll be with you, and then you're not doing so good, then they're cutting you off, and you're back to square one, and it's weird. Like because you at that point, I feel like you have two things working with you, but two things that could also work against you. If you're with the streets and with the industry, then you're on both of their favors, then on the good side, then you're gonna be good. But once one of them starts to flip on you, then eventually you'll see who's really hanging with you and who's not. And most of the times, nobody in the industry and nobody in the streets are gonna hang with you for the long run.
Yeah, I mean, and also like Young M.A. said in an interview that like the people that she hung around with before she was popping, once she started popping, she said, "You're working for me now or you're out." Like, I'm not fucking around
Yeah.
with you if we're not doing anything that isn't strictly music
That's smart.
related, you know.
That's smart.
And you got to have a job and you got to do your job
Yeah.
or you're out, you know.
I mean,
That's how they all, I think, should treat it. You know?
yeah, as an artist that pops, I feel like you should take a little more responsibility for who you allow in your circle and not really blame people because come on, like, isn't it obvious that somebody from the streets isn't gonna be like professional, isn't gonna be?
Well, they could definitely be because I mean,
No,
think about it, too,
I'm not
like, in
saying
the
they
same
can't
tone.
change, but I'm saying
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to
sure,
begin with,
okay.
like you have to know who has the potential to change and who doesn't, and the people who doesn't, like you have to be able to know. Well, are you gonna give them a shot or not, or you know, it's like you have to become aware more of the situation than ever once you become a big mainstream artist. And if you can't, then you'll go down the same path all these other artists have in the past, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like it's just people in the streets that you got to watch out for. I think it's
No,
everybody for
people in
sure.
the industry too,
You know?
man. Like,
I think it's just everybody in general.
yeah,
You always got to be looking out for who's like got your best interests and stuff like that. And it's hard to figure out if they don't, you know. Sometimes you can't just go off of intuition, but you got to really take notes on what
Mhm.
everybody's actually doing, if they're
Yep.
actually making the right moves and stuff like
right.
that. And I think, who was it? Malcolm X said that.
Shout out
I
Malcolm.
think this had to do with politics, but I think it refers to people as well. Is
Mhm.
that like some people will be wolves where they'll bare their teeth and you'll know that they're gonna
Yeah.
hurt you. But some people will be foxes where they'll trick you by smiling, but they're
Right.
still showing their teeth. You
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
So they can still bite you. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think foxes on record have like bit anybody ever, pretty much, compared to a wolf.
Shout out
but
the
still-
foxes.
But you know, it still goes the same ways. But you got to figure out who's doing what and why all
Yeah.
the time.
Mix one, essential.